Did Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky create history at WWE Evolution with the longest non-stipulation title women's match? Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky made WWE Evolution 2025 more historic with their main event showdown for the Women's World Championship. WWE Evolution 2025 was a night of spectacular in-ring bouts and captivating moments. The company's women delivered to the best of their abilities and left the audience in the State Farm Arena mesmerized. One match that stood out on the card was the main event, which ended with a shocking conclusion. It featured IYO Sky and Rhea Ripley battling in a traditional singles showdown with the WWE Women's World Championship on the line. Both women left it all inside the squared circle as the match involved high stakes. However, as the dust settled, Naomi and the Genius of the Skies created their own history on an important night for women in WWE. Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky made history at WWE Evolution 2025. Rhea Ripley had defeated multiple opponents in her career. However, IYO Sky was the only WWE superstar to have outsmarted the Eradicator since the beginning of their respective careers. However, at WWE Evolution 2025, where the company paid homage to a former star, Ripley walked into the State Farm Arena to eradicate IYO Sky once and for all. Moreover, Naomi was further motivated as Sky put her WWE Women's World Championship on the line. The two locked up and hit each other with multiple power-packed moves. Both went back and forth against each other in a spectacular showdown. Furthermore, as the tensions escalated, the match went into the audience and garnered loud cheers from the WWE Universe. Both Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky brought the action back in the ring and used their last ounce of energy to put each other down. Finally, after a lengthy bout, the match came to its conclusion. In doing so, IYO Sky and Rhea Ripley created history by wrestling each other for almost 26 minutes. Making it the longest singles non-stipulation women's match in WWE history. For years, all stipulation matches crossed such a time mark. However, Naomi and Sky proved with their caliber that two women were enough to keep the audience engaged with a traditional match, which was evident from their reactions throughout the entire bout. Despite making history, neither Rhea Ripley nor IYO Sky left as champion. The Marvel-inspired villain of WWE, Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky delivered one of the best matches of the night at WWE Evolution. However, neither woman was able to leave Atlanta, Georgia, with the title. In the final moments of the bout, Ms. Money in the Bank winner Naomi rushed to the ring looking to seize the moment. Connected with a split-leg moonsault on Sky to pick up the win in shocking fashion. In doing so, Naomi ended WWE Evolution 2025 as the new WWE Women's World Champion. The fans thought she had her eyes on Tiffany Stratton's title, but she stunned the audience and struck when no one expected. With every superstar needing to take caution now, it remains to be seen what is next in the WWE Women's division with Naomi as a top title holder. This was a fun first promo from Naomi as champion. She didn't bend to the crowd coming around to cheer for her. I'm not a fan of the triple threat announcement for SummerSlam, though. It feels like Naomi is being punished for successfully cashing in, but heel champs are going to find themselves in these predicaments. Judgment Day retain women's tag titles. The first match of the night had some gold on the line. Champs Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez faced the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi San, for the women's tag titles. This was a good back-and-forth match that was largely dominated by the champs early on. However, the challengers turned the tide and got themselves in position to win the titles with clever teamwork, beating down on Perez. Just when a double-team move put Perez down for what would have been a 3 count, Dominic Mysterio jumped on the apron to distract the referee to prevent a count. Rodriguez broke up the pin, and a moment later, Perez rolled up Asuka for the pin to escape with a title defense. Mysterio getting involved in every Judgment Day match he's not officially in is getting a little tiresome. On the heels of Evolution, just let the women work. Sure, that's part of the numbers game and the advantage of being in a faction, but the interference took away from this one. At the end of the day, It was a championship match on weekly television, which is always welcome. Paul Heyman on Seth Rollins' health. Seth Rollins legitimately hurt himself during a match against LA Knight at Saturday night's main event, raising many questions about what will happen with the Money in the Bank briefcase and other booking plans. Jackie Redmond caught up with Paul Heyman backstage to ask if there was a medical update on Rollins. Not only did Heyman dodge the question, but he said Rollins has until next June to cash in the MITB contract. Therefore, Rollins' health is not a relevant subject. Well, throw out all of the theories about the briefcase being put up for grabs again in a multi-way match. It appears WWE will put the MITB briefcase on ice until Rollins returns, which if done right, could be one of the best cash-ins ever. The right play would be to keep Rollins off programming until he shows up out of nowhere to cash in and steal a title. First and foremost is his recovery, which hopefully goes well, with a shot at Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line at SummerSlam. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria clashed in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The crowd was hot early for this one, filling the arena with dueling chants. Just as the action got intense, Bayley scored a quick roll-up pin to score the first fall. Valkyria bounced back to put Bayley in trouble, but a hard Irish whip reversal into the turnbuckle had Valkyria screaming in agony. Bayley seemed proud of her work, but didn't go for the pin. As Bayley continued to go to work, a pin attempt was reversed, and Valkyria evened the score with a 3-count. AEW News and Rumor Roundup. Former WWE star was very close to retiring, Rhea Ripley referenced. The Young Bucks break silence after losing EVP status. Welcome to the latest edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's AEW News and Rumor Roundup. Today, we have news involving major stars, including Rhea Ripley and the Young Bucks, among others. A former WWE star was on the verge of retiring. Meanwhile, an AEW star mentioned the Eradicator after her tough loss at Evolution, and the Young Bucks have finally addressed losing their EVP titles at All In. This and more as we take you through the headline-making stories coming from All Elite Wrestling. Let's dive in. Number 5. Buddy Matthews pays tribute to Rhea Ripley amid AEW absence. Buddy Matthews took to Instagram to pay tribute to his real-life wife and WWE superstar, Rhea Ripley. The post came shortly after Ripley's loss to IYO Sky and Naomi at WWE Evolution 2025. Matthews is currently inactive in the Jacksonville-based promotion due to injury. Matthews posted a video of Ripley using a rising knee strike on the apron during her match at Evolution, a move he's known for, followed by a clip of himself using a similar maneuver. Adam Cole thanks fans amid retirement rumors. Adam Cole issued an emotional statement on Instagram following AEW All In, Texas, where he vacated the TNT Championship and missed a scheduled match due to an undisclosed health issue. The development fueled speculation around his potential retirement from in-ring competition. Cole's statement included a picture from the All In weekend and a heartfelt caption thanking fans. "Thank you all so much. Your support in not only the good times, but the bad times, means more than I could ever explain. I love you all. Always," wrote Cole. Moreover, President Tony Khan later explained that the Panama City Playboy's withdrawal from the event happened unexpectedly and due to unpredictable medical complications. Khan added that there is no current timeline for Cole's return or when he might be able to address fans publicly. #3. Adam Cole was reportedly ready to announce retirement at All In. Additional reporting on Adam Cole's situation on Wrestling Observer Live by Dave Meltzer shed light on the star's condition, describing the situation as devastating for fans. Meltzer confirmed that Cole is currently dealing with concussion-related issues stemming from his match against Kyle Fletcher on AEW Collision, where he was struck with a lariat to the jaw. Meltzer further reported that Cole was nearly ready to announce his retirement during the All In weekend, but ultimately held off. "From what I can gather, he was pretty much ready to go out on Saturday and retire. And I guess, cooler heads prevailed, and it's exactly what he said," said Meltzer. Number 2. Samoa Joe's upcoming absence reportedly due to commitments outside AEW. Samoa Joe was stretchered out of All In, Texas following a post-match attack after successfully defending the AEW World Trios Championship alongside the Ops. Joe was targeted in a brutal beatdown by the Death Riders, which was later confirmed as a storyline move to temporarily write him off television. According to Fightful Select, Joe's absence is tied to his promotional commitments for the second season of Twisted Metal, which will premiere on July 31st on Peacock. While an exact return date was not disclosed, sources indicate that he is expected to be away for a few weeks. Number 1. The Young Bucks finally addressed their EVP title loss. After losing their Executive Vice President, EVP, titles at All In, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, have publicly responded to the leadership change. The EVP stipulation was tied to their tag match against Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. Following their loss, Tony Khan's promotion updated its website to reflect Ospreay and Strickland as the new EVPs.